Okay, for this lesson, we're going to convert between metric and imperial systems. So the first thing is, here's a refresher on what the imperial conversions are. There's 12 inches in a foot, 3 feet in a yard, either 5,280 feet in a mile, or 1,760 yards in a mile. For imperial to metric, 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters, 1 foot is 0.3048 meters, 1 yard is then going to be 0.9144 meters, and 1 mile is 1.609 kilometers. If I'm going the other direction, 1 centimeter is 0.3937 inches. 1 meter is 3.2808 feet, or 1.0936 yards. And 1 kilometer is going to be 0.6214 miles. The first thing we need to do is do conversions just within the imperial system. If I'm converting the following into inches, well, if I have 6 feet and 7 inches, that would be the same as 6 feet plus 7 inches. And I'm converting it all into inches. I need to do the conversion of just the feet into inches first, which means that I would take the conversion of feet to inches and say that I have 6 feet over 1 and multiply that by 12 inches over 1 foot. I'm going to add to that the 7 inches that already existed. When I do this, I'm going to get 79 inches. If I'm doing 5 yards and 2 feet just into feet, then it's going to be converting those yards into feet, where I have 3 feet in every yard. And I'm going to add the 2 feet that already existed. When I do this, I'm going to wind up with 17 feet. And if I'm doing miles and yards just into yards, I'm doing the same process. I'm going to say that I have 1 mile is going to be 1760 yards. I'm going to add the 255 yards that already existed, which means that this is going to be 2,015 yards. If I'm going in the opposite direction, then what I need to do is I'm going to state that I'm going to start with 51 divided by, there's 12 inches in every foot. In this case, I'm going to wind up with 4 whole units with a remainder of 3 over 12. Then I could say that if that's 4 plus another 3 over 12, I'm going to multiply that 3 over 12. I have 4 full feet, and I have the 3 over 12 I'm going to convert back into inches. I can do the same thing with feet to yards and feet. if I have 73 over 3, then that's going to give me 24 full yards and 1/3 of a yard left over. Or 24 yards and 1 foot. If I'm going yards to miles and yards, same idea. 4215 divided by, there's 1760 in this one. I'm going to take out the number of whole ones I can do. I'm going to have 2 and 695 over 1760, which is going to give me 2 miles and 695 yards. If I'm converting 0.4 miles to inches using either proportional reasoning or unit analysis, well, if I'm using proportional reasoning, I'm going to have to do it in 2 steps. I'm going to start by saying that 0.4 miles over X units is going to equal, and now I'm going to convert to something that I know. In this case, I'm probably going to start with 1 mile over 5,280 feet. I'm going to do my cross multiply, 0.4 times 5280 divided by 1, which means that if I did it properly, this is going to wind up being 2,112 feet. Then I need to do that conversion into inches. So I'm going to say that if I have 2,112 feet over y inches, it's going to equal 1 foot over 12 inches. And I'm going to do my cross multiply again. And y, in this case, is going to wind up being 25,344 inches. Now, you can do it this way if you like. For the most part, people tend to prefer the unit analysis method. If I'm doing unit analysis, I'm going to say that 0.4 miles over 1 is going to get multiplied by 5,280 feet over 1 mile, which is going to get multiplied by 12 inches over 1 foot. The miles will cancel out, the feet will cancel out, and then I'm just left with my inches, which is going to be 25,344 inches. Like I said, most people prefer this second method.